folded the blanket, but left side you used. Not sure if I was saving it or just scared to move. The lamp still flickers like it always did. Funny how the smallest things still know where you've been. I'm not over you, but I don't want you back. I still cry in the kitchen, but it's not just for that. And I don't know what to do with this space. It's not broken, but it's not okay. I went to the cafe, you hated their tea. Sat by the window where you wouldn't sit with me. They said I looked tired, I said it's just work. But part of me knew it still kinda hurt. I'm not over you, but I'm not falling apart. I stopped writing drafts, I don't plan to start. And I don't know how to name this ache. It's not anger, but it's not fake. There's no last message, no final fight. Just days where I forget, then cry at night. I'm not over you, but I don't need the why. I'm just here, still learning to try. And I don't know how to feel it yet, but maybe this time I'll let it set. I saw your name and someone smiled. I knew you left a while ago. Your jacket's gone from my backseat. You found a hand that feels more complete. I still rewind what we once had, but life moves on without a map. I hope she's kind when you forget to close your heart or clean regret. I hope she laughs when morning's slow and tells you things you need to know. I'm not okay, but that's alright. I wouldn't wish you less than light. You loved me once, and maybe still, but timing bent our better will. I hold no grudge, just something thin, a line you crossed without coming in. I hope she's kind in all the ways I couldn't be on heavier days. I hope she stays when storms begin and never been. Some loves don't have someone to blame. They just break without a flame. I hope she's kind, not perfect, no, but warm enough to let you grow. I hope she sees what I still do. You're worth the love I never knew. You said don't change, but meant stay small. I stopped folding, you called it fall. I gave too much and stayed too long. You like me quiet, then asked what's wrong. I learned to speak and watched you leave. You said don't drift, but pulled the sea. You wanted truth, but not this tone. You missed the me I outgrew alone. I won't shrink just to stay. I won't fake just to delay. I loved, but I won't bend. If love means breaking again. You said you've changed, like that was wrong, but I was never me for long. I stopped chasing what felt thin. You needed quiet, I needed skin. I won't erase what helped me grow. You miss a girl who let you go. I won't shrink just to stay. I won't fold to make it okay. I broke, but now I see love in me comes before we. You call me brave when I stayed still, but strength was saying what I feel. I won't shrink just to stay. I won't lie so you feel safe. If you let me be rain, I'll fall where you go, soft on your shoulders, quiet and slow. I won't ask for sun all the time, just a place to touch your mind. You don't have to promise, just don't run fast. I'll keep in rhythm if you make it carry your quiet and ask for no more. I'll write you in patterns the leaves repeat, and hum your name beneath my feet. You don't need to say you feel it too. I'll still move soft around you. Let me be rain when the heat feels tight. I'll cool your hands without a fight. I won't thunder or chase your sleep, just enough so your heart can keep. Not every love has to be loud. Some bloom slow in a softer sound. So let me be rain if you don't know yet. I'll fall and wait without regret. And if you turn and find me near, know I was always meant to be here. Know I was always meant to be here. We don't wake up in picture frames. We fight about the smallest things, but you always find my hand. Like that alone makes you understand. It's not perfect, but it's real, and every scar just helps it heal. So stay with me anyway, on the good days and the gray. Not 'cause we have to, but we choose to stay. You don't need to fix what isn't broken. Just hold my truth like it's been spoken. Some nights feel a little far, but your breath still knows my heart. You see me clear when I fall apart, and stay close when I restart. We've built this home from quiet trust, a kind of love that learns from dust. So stay with me anyway, even when I pull away. And if my voice shakes or hides, you'll know it's me trying to try. You never ran when it got hard. You leaned in with both arms. This isn't luck, this is intent. This is the promise after the rent. We don't fight, but we don't try. You ask you good, I say I might. You make the tea, I stir the room. You leave the light, but not the gloom. We talk in lines we don't believe. I pack my thoughts before you leave. We're not loud, but we're not close. You still stay, but no one knows. Where do we go now? If this is the end, we didn't break, we just don't bend. I hold your hand, you hold the door. We're still here, but less than before. You hum a song I used to like. I'm not alone, but miss the spike. We shared a bed, but not the weight. We lost the spark, then closed the gate. We eat in peace, but sleep alone. We talk of plans, but feel unknown. Where do we go now? If we don't feel, you stay the frame, I fake the real. We write the list, but miss the start. We check the box, but lose the heart. You ask what's wrong, I say just late. We love in form, but not in fate. Where do we go now? If love stands still, we share the name, but not the will. We made it far, but not all through. Where do we go when I can't find you? You cried on my floor, said you felt like a ghost. He stopped calling and you hurt the most. I held your hand through the silent week, brought ice cream and lies to help you sleep. I swore I'd hate him on your behalf, but time did things you never asked. Now I'm kissing him like you never did, and it feels like sin with every hit. Was I ever a friend, or just close enough to steal the pieces when you gave up? He said you changed and looked at me like I was the answer he didn't need. I tried to pretend it was something new, but every touch echoes you. You haven't called, and I don't blame. I wouldn't either if I knew my name. 'Cause I'm holding him like I never should, and it burns like truth the way it would. Was I ever a friend, or a line you missed when trust turned quiet with one small twist? forgive me someday. I'm not proud of where this ends, but he calls me love and it still offends. You lost him first, but I lost you more, and I'm not sure what friends are for. You look settled now, like you never broke. She wears the shoes you said you never own. Your laugh got louder, your hair looks clean. You look like the version you never were with me. And I tell my friends I'm really glad he's fine, but I bite my tongue every single time. Good for you, but I'm not. I still flinch when I hear your song. I wish you well, and I mean it too. But part of me hates how fast you moved. You hold her hand like it's always been hers, and smile like you forgot how we hurt. I keep my cool, but deep inside I still scream when they say you're doing fine. I post my life like it's all okay, but there's a part of me you still outweigh. Good for you, but I'm not. I still pretend you're not what I want. I toast to love like I believe in it, but part of me breaks every time you commit. I should be proud you figured it out, but it stings. You did it without me. Good for you and your brand new heart. You got closure while I fell apart. I hope she's kind and never doubts, but don't expect me to clap this out. You left the key on top of the note. I read it once, didn't quote. I packed your shoes in the wrong box, kept the shirt that matched my thoughts. You said no hard feelings here, but I still shook when you got near. You didn't ask if I was done, so I had to be the one. I'm packing it up, slow but sure. You won't ask, so close the door. This was soft, this was loud, this was love I can't keep around. I wrapped the frame we never filled, left the light you used to build. I took down the list we made. You moved on, but I still stayed. You looked fine, you always do. I kept the truth, I wouldn't hear. I'm packing it up for me this time. No more trying to read your mind. I loved you, you showed up, but now I'm packing it up. I used to whisper just to keep the peace. Laughed at your jokes that cut into me. I called it compromise, you called it love. But I gave you everything, you gave just enough. You said I was too much, then asked me to stay. I shrank to fit, but now I say I left the door open, then walked away. I didn't slam it, but I didn't stay. You fed on my silence, I'm done being sweet. You don't get to miss me when I found my feet. You liked me quieter, kept me on mute. Said healing takes time while you played the flute. I kept rewriting every little red flag, turned pain into poems and wore every tag. But I'm not your shadow, not your repair. I won't shrink for someone who was never there. I left the door open, then walked away. Not for you, but for me to stay sane. You wanted devotion, I wanted the truth. So I broke the version you loved me through. I looked in the mirror and saw more than pain. I saw the girl you tried to contain. I left the door open, but I'm not coming back. I packed my heart and painted the cracks. You lost the right to keep me small. I left for me, and I stand tall. If you had called on that last cold night, if I had stayed instead of picking a fight, if we had paused before the last line, maybe our story would have turned out fine. But almost doesn't make it true, and maybe doesn't mean me and you. If we were real, we'd still be here. You'd know my voice without the fear. We talk like lovers, not ghosts in bed, but we're just pages never fully read. You held my hand like it was glass, and I smiled like I could make it last. But we wrote scripts we couldn't play, and loved like people, just in the way you said forever, so gently torn. But some hearts just don't get born. If we were real, you'd say my name like it still meant something the same. We'd wake up calm instead of cold, but we both knew we couldn't hold. I see our life in the mirror steam, not what it was, but what it seemed. If we were real, we wouldn't try to fit this ending into a lie. We just admit we almost were, and leave the rest to never occur. You hold your breath like love might steal the quiet peace you taught to feel. You look away when I lean in, like every start might break again. But not all risks end in regret. Some just lead where light is kept. If you don't try, you'll never know what hearts can build when we let go. I won't push, but I'll stay near. You don't have to run from what's sincere. You say you've learned what pain can do, but don't you think that I have to? We're not untouched, we're just aware that love is rare and worth the care. No perfect words, just steady eyes. Some things grow when no one tries. If you don't try, you'll miss the part where soft becomes the bravest heart. I can't promise it know the world doesn't promise soft, and love like ours comes with its cost. But when you sleep with your back to mine, I still reach out like you'll be fine. Some days are quiet, some days ache, but every version I still take. Stay for the rest, not just the gold. Stay for the mess, the stories we hold. I don't need perfect, just something we build. Even if love comes dressed in guilt. You hate the sound of thunder at night. I leave the light on your side. I still get scared you'll change your mind, but I'd rather risk it than press rewind. You said forever like you meant it slow, and I keep repeating it soft and low. Stay for the rest, the not so bright, the mornings we argue, but make it right. I won't ask for more than truth, but if you stay, I'll stay too. I've tried pretending I don't need much, but with you I want too much. So stay for the rest, the boring parts too. Stay when it's quiet and no one moves. We won't get every moment right, but if you stay, I'll turn on the light. I almost said it when you looked away. It sat on my tongue and begged to stay. You laughed at something I didn't hear. I smiled like I wasn't near. What if it's too much? What if it's too soon? What if I love you makes me the fool? Say it or don't, that's the choice I hold. Between burning quiet or burning bold. I wanna be honest, but I don't wanna fall without knowing if you'll catch me at all. I replay our moments like film on mute, trying to read what your eyes compute. You lean so close, but never through. I count the inches between me and you. I write the words and erase the line. You ask me why, I say I'm fine. Say it or don't, that's the cliff I'm on. Do I jump or just walk alone? I wanna be fearless, but I learned the cost of loving too loudly and getting lost. I've said it before to the wrong face, heard silence back and kept my place. So now I sit with all I want and ask again, say it or don't. Say it or don't, but I know it's true. I'm already gone if I can't say it to you. I wanna mean it without regret, but I'm scared of what I won't forget. I saw you smile in someone's arms. I said good for you, but blinked too hard. You held her close like I once stood. She touched your face like I once would. She made you laugh, I looked away. I knew that sound from better days. She sees the now, but not the past. She gets the ease I held too fast. But I knew him first, his quiet breaks, his morning thoughts, his smallest stakes. I knew the way he looks when wrong. I kept him soft when things went long. She calls him kind, and so he is, but she won't know the things he missed. He tells her half of who he was. I held the rest before it passed. She holds his hand, I held his fear. She holds his name, I held him near. But I knew him first, his late night doubts, his softer voice when lights went out. I knew the cracks beneath his smile. She sees the part I loved a while. I don't want what we had then, but I still know who he was when I knew him first, not best, not right, but held his storm before his light. She gets the calm, I got the fight. He's smiling now, but I knew that night. The windows fall was the end just yet. Your hand was near, but not in mine, and everything still felt like a sign. I almost said, let's try again, but the thunder spoke instead. So I let you go with the sound of rain on rooftops, carrying your name. No tears this time, just silence loud, like love was something we couldn't say out. And I watched you fade through the glass and gray, like it was always meant to end this. You asked if I'd be okay. I nodded, but the sky gave me away. The coffee went cold between our hands, just like the future we once planned. If I'd begged, would you have stayed, or would that just have made more rain? So I let you go with no grand scene, just a soft goodbye in a weathered dream. You didn't turn, but I didn't call, 'cause some things aren't meant at all. You disappeared and I remained alone in the last rain. I don't cry when I hear your song, but I still don't play it on purpose.
I stopped explaining myself to memories that won't listen. I started walking slower because there's no one I'm chasing. I gave what I had, and I don't want it back. I don't want more love, just love that stays. Not the kind that needs proof, just the kind that holds. I don't need to be seen, I need to be safe. I erased his name from my calendar and left the date open. Not for someone new, but for me to remember what I won't settle for again. You taught me what almost feels like. And now I want what doesn't leave. Don't want more love, just love that's mine. The kind that doesn't fade when I stop trying. Not more, just right.
You're 6 hours ahead, still sent a good night. I read it slow under yellow light. You said the moon looked kinda like mine. Maybe that's how we share the sky. I miss you most at coffee breaks. in silent songs and empty plates. I'm under half the sky, but thinking of you full time. In every train, in every street, I find where you used to be. You're in the corners of my room, in the quiet afternoon. No need for stars to tell me why you're always here in half the sky. Your hoodie still hangs by the door. I wear it when I feel unsure. The sleeves still fold like your embrace, and I still lean into empty space. We didn't mean for miles to grow, but love stayed close. You should know I'm under half the sky, but you're the thought that never dies. In every line I try to write, you appear like soft twilight. You're in the way my silence sings, in the pull of missing things. No need for stars to tell me why you're always here in half the sky. In half the sky. I'm under half the sky, but you're the thought that never dies. In every line I try to write, you appear like soft twilight. You're in the way my silence sings, in the pool of missing things. No need for stars to tell me why you're always here in half the sky. I held your hand without thinking, and that more than I said. You asked if this felt real, and I almost said yes, but I smiled instead. Not because I didn't feel it, but because I did. I'm still learning what safe feels like, but I love you without the fear. No shadows underneath your words, no second guessing every glance. I You said she makes you feel known. I smiled like I didn't write your name into poems you'll never read. You laughed like nothing changed, but you stood a little further back. I knew when you didn't say you look good like you used to, without thinking. They say love comes when it's meant to, but what if I was just late? If you knew me then, the way I knew you, maybe we wouldn't be this version of two. You moved on like it was simple math. Subtracting me was your cleanest path. I still remember your hands, not because they held me, but because they almost did. I fell without telling you, and maybe you climbed out before you hid. You tell me she's kind, and maybe that's what I wasn't, but I could have been if you'd stayed long enough to see. If you knew me then, without the noise, without the fear, without the voice that always said not yet, you might have loved me back. If you knew me then, without the noise, without the fear, without the voice that always said not yet, you might have loved me back. You ask me what I'm scared of. I say nothing with a smile, but my hands are cold and I haven't felt safe in a while. You tell me that you're patient and you wait for me to try, but love has burned before and I'm still learning how to cry. You're kind and I feel it, but my heart still keeps a secret. I'm almost ready to call this love, to stop looking back and just show up. You're standing there and I wanna fall, but I hold the fear like a closing wall. I'm almost ready, just not all the way yet. You I've never met someone who didn't ask me to fix it. You're kind and I feel it, but my heart still keeps a secret. I'm almost ready to call this love, to stop looking back and just show up. You're standing there and I wanna fall, but I hold the fear like a closing wall. I'm almost ready, just not all the way yet. I don't need perfect, I just need slow. I don't need forever, but I need you to know. I'm almost ready to call this real, to stop the running and finally feel you standing there like a chance I missed. But maybe this time I won't resist. I'm almost ready, and that's the most I've ever been. Almost ready to let you in. You look at me like I've never been broken, but I have, and I still am a little bit. You don't ask about the cracks, but you sit where the silence laughs. You laugh at all the wrong times, and somehow that feels right. You don't promise, but you stay. And I don't know what that means today. Would I dare to give it all when I know how fast it can fall? Could I trust a heart again after watching mine cave in? You're kind and you're still here, but love is what I fear. I still flinch at gentle touch, not because it hurts too much, but because it feels too safe. And I don't trust that kind of grace. Maybe not all who stay will leave the same way. Would I dare to let you see the softest parts of me? Would I try to meet you there without losing air? You reach without a plan. Maybe love just holds my hand. kettle boils. I walked away, but left something behind. I keep your contact pinned, not to call, just to pretend it's still mine to lose. You let me go like I never stayed, but I did more than you'll ever know. Half of me forgot to leave, and maybe you never knew that I was even there, but I was, and I stayed longer than I should have, but only half. I used to wonder if you still check my page, if your friends ever mention my name by mistake. I'd rehearse 100 questions, none of them brave, just soft little echoes of what I couldn't say. But I don't ask anymore, I don't stay up late tracing old patterns just to feel safe. I stopped holding space you didn't ask me to keep, and that silence finally lets me sleep. I pass by a corner, but I don't slow down. Your ghost doesn't reach me the way it used to now. Maybe I'm colder, or maybe I'm clear. Either way, you're no longer here. I don't ask anymore, not even in my head. I stopped trying to rewrite what you said. I let go without needing more, and that's the peace I was always looking for. We didn't last, but that doesn't mean we weren't beautiful. You came in like autumn light, soft and sudden, all at once. I didn't know what to call it, so I just
but you'll take what I gave, because loving you was something I did well. Enough, enough. The window was open, but you didn't ask me to stay, so I left it that way. Your jacket was still on the chair. You always leave things everywhere except your feelings. The keys were by the door. I held them for too long, hoping you'd turn around. You didn't say go, you didn't say stay. You just stood there like I wasn't breaking. I would have stayed if you said one thing, anything, but your silence spoke louder than goodbye. I left the light on just in case you change your mind, but it burned out like we did. Quiet and a little too fast. Some endings are chosen, some just happen. This one felt like both. I would have stayed if you'd moved at all, but you didn't, so I did, and you just let me. You just let me.
you. Thought I'd fall apart, but I washed the shirt you left, hung it up, didn't cry. I played our song again and didn't rewind. The ache is still there, but it's background now. You hurt me, but you didn't break me. I bent, but I didn't stay down. You left, but I kept breathing, and that's more than I gave myself credit for. I sleep with the lights off now. I stopped checking who liked what. I smile in mirrors even when no one's watching. Healing didn't come with fireworks, just quiet choices that stuck. You hurt me, but you didn't own me. I shook, but I didn't disappear. I'm still here, whole enough to walk away slow and mean it. Didn't break me, just made room for more. You held my hand like I might pull away. We never talked about forever, but you looked at me like you thought about it. I learned what not to say by watching how you blinked and I called it love because it felt like trying. You felt almost safe, almost still, almost mine, but I was almost home, and that's not where love should live. I waited for you to notice how much I disappeared. You kissed me like it was routine, and I memorized it anyway. I wanted someone who didn't flinch at closeness. You were almost right, but that almost bruised me, and I'm done looking for a love I have to shrink for. I wanted to belong, not to fit. You were almost right, but that
coffee warm, even after you left. Some habits aren't for people, they're for memory. I didn't ask if you were sure. You didn't offer to explain. We had silence that sounded like we meant well, but didn't know how to stay. You barely said goodbye, just a look I still carry in my throat. And I let you leave, like maybe you'd turn around, but maybe you already had. The chair you used still leans back a little, like it remembers your weight. I water the plant you forgot to take, but it leans toward the window more than before. You didn't break me, but you left like someone who knew exactly how to disappear. You barely said goodbye, but it echoed in the quiet for weeks. And now the house is fine, but something in me still waits for the door.